Hello there my friends, you're listening to Ebird Online and I'm back with another review. So today again I have something a little bit different for you. I'm going to be talking about Angela's plastic surgery. So I wasn't going to bother covering this because I don't find it massively interesting, but both last week and this week I think some very important themes have come up that I kind of think we should be discussing. You know, little pesky things like, is it my body or yours? And other minor points such as, who has autonomy over my breasts? And finally, what's with Michael's reticence to having Angela look any different? Things like that. So let's start roasting. So yes, it's 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After, Season 6, Episode 6. But just before we begin, please subscribe to my channel. Make Ebird a very happy Ebird. And also if you enjoy this content, please don't forget to smash the like button. And you can follow me on Twitter at Ebird Online. So without further ado, I give you Angela and her plastic surgery saga. And so for any of you who don't know who Angela is, she's one of the stars of reality TV show 90 Day Fiance. And she's married to a Nigerian chap called Michael. What's Michael like, I hear you ask? Well, he likes big tits and he cannot lie. Sorry Michael, you're going to be out of luck by the end of this season. So at the start of this season, Angela weighed about 280 pounds and she decided to go on a weight loss journey. So she wanted to get a gastric band fitted, and so she decided to go to La La Land, where else, to make all her dreams come true. And they virtually did, in the shape of Ghanaian doctor, Dr. Michael K. Obeng, but unfortunately he politely declined Angela's advances. So we'll start where else, at the beginning, and Angela travels to LA. And she has a series of appointments and assessments with the doctors to check that she's right for the surgery. And it turns out she is. But the interesting thing that I found is that when she turned up to see the surgeon, they had a chat to her and said, okay, we can definitely help you to lose weight with this gastric sleeve. But then they kind of sprung on her. The most intelligent thing would be to have a breast reduction at the same time. So you only have to have one lot of general anaesthetic. So obviously Angela thought about this and she went to and fro. So she decided to speak with husband Michael in Nigeria. So when she called him, he was, how can we say, slightly unhappy. So as we all know, Michael wasn't happy about Angela having surgery in the first instance. And there were a variety of reasons for this. I think the first one was that he thought it was dangerous. He also thought she maybe wanted to change herself so that she could find herself a new man in America. I'm not sure that plastic surgery has any bearing on your voice or attitude, but hey ho. And then the third thing was that it was far too expensive, and he would have preferred to spend that money on IVF in their desperate bid to have a child. So Angela did know that Michael wasn't really pro the surgery, especially the breast reduction, but she decided to push on ahead nevertheless. And so when she was actually in the consultation with Dr. Obeng, Angela explicitly stated to him that Michael, her husband, was worried that her boobs would be too small. And he said, nope, don't worry, this will be all in keeping with your new figure. And he specified he was going to take £1 from each breast. And I thought that was that. But guys, it certainly wasn't that. When Angela came round from the surgery, she looked down and she realised her boobs were markedly smaller than when she went in. So she went back to her hotel room with her friend Jojo, and Jojo was looking after her during the whole post-surgery procedures. But she just couldn't get it off her mind. She said, Jojo, my boobs look tiny. I'm absolutely flat. Oh my God. I wish I'd just done my weight loss surgery now. I'm flat as a board. This is not what I expected. And guys, honestly, she kept repeating this over and over again. It's not what I expected. Angela, you're certainly right. Nor is it what you asked for, and nor is it what you agreed with Dr. Obeng. So later on that day, they were due for an appointment anyway with Dr. Obeng, and so they went into the surgery. And this is when I realised something very strange was afoot. Dr. Obeng came out, and he told Jojo she's lost about 4 pounds. Okay, fair enough. And she's a voluptuous double D. It almost sounded like he was selling it. Isn't it great? They're a double D. And I did think at that point, Dr. Obeng, why are you telling Jojo for? Why are you telling someone other than the actual patient, Angela? I'll tell you why, guys, because he knew there was going to be quite a big problem. And so when Angela went into the consultations room and Dr. Obeng stood there, and Angela said, I'm not very happy. I want to know what the hell happened. And Dr. Obeng was taking Angela's bandages off. And he said, wow, this is amazing. Now you don't have to wear a bra. Dr. Obeng, she does have to wear a bra. She has to wear a bra with chicken fillets in, or a padded bra again, thanks to you. And she said, what happened? And he said, well, I took £2.2 out of this breast and £2 out of this breast. What? And Angela said, I thought we were just doing one. And so Dr. Obeng said, well, I think your breast would have been too big with just one, so I had to take more. And he followed up with, it's going to look absolutely fine. It's a good old triple D. Excuse me? Triple D? Just 10 minutes ago, you told Jojo it was double D. Sands are changing, sands are changing. And so guys, I don't know what you make to this, but as far as I'm concerned, one of the following things should have happened. Either Dr. Obeng just took £1 out of each breast, as agreed, and then if Angela decided she wanted to have more taken off at a later stage, they do another breast reduction. Or he should have known, I'm going to take £2 out of each. It can't be the first time he's done a breast reduction. He knows the size of Angela, he can see her. He knows the size of her breasts, he can see those as well. I'm reliably informed there's 3 things you can see from outer space on planet Earth. The Great Wall of China and both of Angela's boobs. And I'm just wondering to myself, is there any other reason why he wouldn't have known that he might have occasion to take double the amount of weight from Angela's boobs? Maybe there is, I don't know. But I must say, I find it all very, very strange. But if there is some reason that, you know, when you open up the breast there's more fat than you thought there was, or I don't know, something's different, he should have said, I'm going to take £1, maybe 2. Are you happy with them being a lot smaller? I just feel as if Angela didn't get an option. So Angela had promised to call Michael from the consultation room, who at this point is looking shadier and shadier. Because Dr. Obeng has come up with an idea to stop Michael from noticing immediately that Angela's tits are no more. So he took her top off and he positioned the camera from above. And then he took the bandages and he tied them in such a way that it made it appear as if Angela still had a cleavage. And he actually said, let's try and make it look as if you have a cleavage. Try not to let him see properly. Dr. Obeng, it seems to me that you know you've done wrong then. And so when Michael got on the phone, he was obviously not very happy. And he said, your boobs, they seem like they're gone. And Angela said, oh no, they'll look different once all the swelling's gone down, they'll be fine. And then when Angela got off the phone, Dr. Obeng did a clever little 1-2 switcheroo. And so he said, why is Michael so unhappy? Obviously because you've taken Angela's breasts off, Dr. Obeng. And then he said, well, I find this whole thing really weird. Michael should like you for your personality, not for your breasts. Dr. Obeng, are you a plastic surgeon? Is it your life's work to make somebody look different on the outside whilst completely ignoring the inside? Is that what you do? I think you'll find it is, isn't it, Dr. Obeng? Oh, good Lord, do you not think that we see exactly what you're doing? Do you think that God came down one day, sprinkled out all the brains, and they all went to you, Dr. Obeng? And the rest of us, well, we were just left with freaking fish guts for brains. We're not stupid. Stop deflecting. Obviously, we all know you should like somebody for what's inside, not what's on the outside. Yada, yada, yada. But let's not all play let's pretend. Most of us enter relationships because of a mixture of us liking the person's personality and liking the way they look. So when considering aesthetics, there are a range of different things that will draw one person to another. So with some people, lucky you, it might be your face. With some people, it might be your height or your weight. With some people, it might be your blonde hair. But with Angela, it was her boobs. If you think about it logically, why is one thing more valid than another? Why is someone liking you for your facial features more valid than someone liking you for your boobs? I don't see the difference. And so I agree with Dr. Obeng in so much as, of course you need to get to know somebody's personality, and that must be your main draw. But everybody's partner has physical attributes that we like. Take a look, for instance, at Dr. Obeng's wife. Maybe it was just her personality that first drew you to her. Guys, I've never known deflecting like it. And just a little side note actually about Dr. Obeng. I've discovered he was the same doctor that managed to get the Gorilla Glue out of Gorilla Glue woman's hair. Remember the lady that put Gorilla Glue onto her hairstyle and, I don't know, it stuck hard and fast? Well, he was the person that managed to get it off. So it would seem that he rather enjoys the limelight. So it's my view that Angela didn't get what she asked for. What do you guys think? Do you think this is common or standard practice? So I have kind of heard of this before a few times, and it's something that always worries me about plastic surgery. I have a friend who lives in New York and she's a model agent and she had a nose job. And I kind of feel like she might have got it a bit cheaper just because she could refer models. I'm not sure, but something seemed a bit shady about it. Anyway, when she got there, the doctor also said, do your chin and do your cheeks. So she ended up getting all of this stuff done, all off the cuff, not thought about, not considered. And she spent the next 2 years not liking her chin and ended up getting it taken out again. So there's definitely something to be said for, 1, having what you asked for, and 2, having a really long think about what you're going to have before you have it. And so the final thing I want to speak about is that now Angela wants a facelift. And so again, the doctors have said to her, take away the loose skin from under your chin and around your neck, and I can honestly see how her face would look a lot better with it, but I can't help but think, why is she having to have it all now? Why can't she just wait until she loses the weight, knows how much she needs to take off and does it then? I just feel as if everything's hitting her thick and fast and she's not being given, I don't feel like she's been given due time to really think about, do I want this? And again, she's scared to tell Michael. And again, when she calls him, Michael said, I'm really against this now. You're having too much done. And the truth be told, she's only about 1 operation behind Michael Jackson at this point. So I'm kind of with Michael on this. And Angela's really unhappy because she feels like Michael hasn't supported her. Although she did know he didn't want her to do the surgery in the first instance. And also he can't be physically there. So I don't know. I wasn't expecting an awful lot from Michael. I never am. But then again, when she went into the surgery and she spoke to the surgeon about the facelift and she's kind of decided to have it done anyway, she said, I need to help with breaking it to my partner. And the surgeon said, yep, no problem. We often have problems with partners and wives and husbands. And so he spoke to Michael on the phone, but the way he spoke to him was if it was a fait accompli. It had already been decided. It was already done. The decision-making process was at an end and here's what's going to be done and here's how it's going to look at the end. There was no real discussion on, does she need to have it done now? And are there any other alternatives? And then we had a mini heart attack from Michael when the surgeon told him that it was going to be 25 grand. And later on, Michael tells Angela, 25 grand? What about our IVF? What about our baby? And he said, I want to put my foot down and tell Angela she's not allowed to have surgery. But you know Angela Michael as well as we all do. If she wants a facelift, then a facelift she shall have. And that's where we end things for this week. So guys, let me know what you think about the great plastic surgery debacle. Do you think it's fair that Angela had more taken out of her boobs? And what do you think to Michael's reaction? Do you think that Michael should have been more supportive instead of just saying, what happened to your boobs? They're gone. Or do you think he should have just been truthful? I mean, I gotta tell you, they did look pretty small to me. Mine are a double D, and I'm not literally half the weight of Angela. So I really do think they're quite small. But then who knows, maybe she's gonna be half her weight in a few weeks' time anyway, who knows? And finally, do you think that Dr. Obeng was deflecting when he started saying, Michael should love you for your mind? You're a plastic surgeon. This is egregious. It really is. Please put your comments down below and I'll be back very soon with another video. Just before I go, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And also don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Thank you guys so much for listening. You've been listening to Ebird Online and I bid you good day.